Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back,
to
everybody.
the FOH Podcast.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yes, gentlemen.
What's going on?
Oh, shit.
It's the middle of the week, y'all. How y'all feeling? It's season 4, episode 5.
Yeah, to the ones who missed episode 4, we apologize. It disappeared magically.
Yes, just before Wicked Wednesday. Big luck.
Oh, you know me, man. Big Luck, aka Meat Potato. Aka Gorilla Skrilla. You know what I'm saying?
Gorilla Skrilla. You gonna stick with it?
You gonna stick with that, bro?
I need my chippers.
For what?
Need my chippers.
Cause you the what?
Yeah, the Gorilla Skrilla. I need my chippers. EBT boys. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. Everybody trail around this motherfucker.
EBT boy.
EBT.
Yep. Yep. My boy DJ Inch High, aka Keep Them On Their Toes. You know what I'm saying? My boy Prophet, aka
EBT
Part the Red Sea.
Yep. EBT Big Luck. EBT Inch High.
Prophet, aka Part the Red Sea around this bitch. Throw the 10 Commandments at people. Exactly. Turn the water into Gran Marnier.
Break bread.
Exactly.
Everybody
how
eat.
How the people out there doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? Anybody in the chat, Prophet?
Oh yeah, we get the chat. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Troublemakers.
Yes. That's
What's
what we
up,
are,
Hollywood?
People can't handle the truth. That's all that is. People can't handle the truth.
Well, welcome to the FOH Podcast. If you're new to the show, we got a little tradition here at the beginning. We usually take somebody that don't belong in the building and do what the abbreviation means.
Fuck out of here.
Throw them the fuck out.
We be polite.
Yeah. What you talking about?
Uncle Phil was polite when he used to throw out Jazzy Jeff.
Exactly.
Just don't do it, y'all. Just don't do it. People come to me all the time with, I don't even know why, but they be telling me they dumbass criminal ideas, and I just look at them. I don't know. Maybe they just like to see my face, because come on, y'all. Come on. You gotta do better than that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Richard Arlene Jr. confessed to offering R. Kelly's accusers money, to keep quiet in the case, allegedly. There's a lot more to this story. It's not funny, but it's funny, like ironic funny, which also makes it hilarious. But real results, punishments. Either way, Richard Arlene Jr. confessed. Me and another person offered Jane Doe, the woman in the case, money for her to not go, forward with her complaint or testimony against R. Kelly. I knew what I did was wrong, he said. This all follows an unnamed co-conspirator who sent a text to the accuser, right? In the racketeering and sex trafficking indictment. That was in Brooklyn last year, right? This all blew up. But either way, the text read, Rob is trying to get his cousin, Rich, in contact with you because he wants to pay you for your silence. How y'all feel about that?
Wow.
Updates on the R. Kelly case. I never thought I would hear that one, though.
Okay, well, this is my thing. Say that person would have accepted that money and, allegedly accepted that money and kept their mouth shut. And R. Kelly just happened to beat the case. Let me tell you what's going to happen. The man's going to think he's invincible and untouchable, and he's going to do the same shit all over again, allegedly. So...
Well, that ain't alleged no more. I mean, well, yeah, it is.
I mean, look, I'm going to say alleged because we don't know all the facts. We don't know all the facts. We don't know in those old videotapes that's R. Kelly by the hot tub. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if that's the 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if that's him standing there like this. We don't know none of that. All that stuff is alleged. So, I mean, I would keep him away from a middle school, but I mean, that's just me, So, I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. R. Kelly. I dig your music. You make some dope shit, but
he's trying to get out. He's trying to get out.
I know you're trying to get out, bro, but I mean, come on,
this
dude.
Is the thing. It gets even crazier than that. Okay. Because Richard called the woman saying R. Kelly was sending a $500,000 payment to her. And guess who else was listening on that call?
Of course, the police.
So he was arrested alongside of the other two of R. Kelly's associates, Donnell Russell and Michael Wilson. So R. Kelly's cousin is now facing up to 15 years for his self-confessed interfering, in the case. I wish this didn't happen to this man. He was obviously chosen to do this because someone figured that he was disposable. Some people they get taken advantage of, but in the end, you're a man and you got to answer for what you do for your decisions.
Yeah,
he definitely was chosen because he was disposable to do this shit, and obviously he was not good at it, and neither was anybody else involved. I don't know how hush money could so easily become very loud.
Yeah, because these dudes about the smartest carpet. God damn, like Lord forgive me, but really, what the fuck was they thinking? And I appreciate shit all the time. Why are you talking over the fucking phone?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Saying names and everything.
All kinds of shit. You motherfuckers might as well walk into the federal building with your hands cuffed and say they send me to jail.
And sent an unsolicited text message at that. You didn't even try to
hide it.
Nothing like you didn't use a dummy phone or nothing like
R. Kelly trying to get contact with you through Rich. Rich got 500.
You know what? I hate to say this, man. Look,
my goodness!
I hate to say this, man. Look, I got peoples out of Chicago. I got partners from Chicago, just like you do, Prophet. But some of them niggas are not the best forward-thinking motherfuckers.
Man, I think that's global. That's global. So that's why I said they chose this man to initiate this because they knew there was some risk in it, and
they bet on it and they won.
They've been better off walking to the woman with cash in their hand. I mean, I don't know, bro. But allegedly,
world's dumbest criminals.
Like God damn, they about this. Like I said, those motherfuckers about as smart as a sandwich, bright as the color black. As my father would say, boy, I done ate shit smarter than you. What the fuck?
So, on that note,
roll the dice and crap.
Fuck out of here.
That was cold. But
you know what?
It is a great example. Really if they get thrown out, it's letting you know to tell your people like that not to do it. That's how I look at it. Shit.
Well, can we allow to say look, I don't want to say the word retardation, but yeah, that was pretty retarded. That was pretty down centered. That was a lot of I'm gonna say to R. Kelly people, that was very artistic of you.
I don't know if y'all heard.
Go ahead, brother.
I don't know if y'all heard about the situation. It's been popping a lot online on the blogs and shit. Not so much the vlogs I haven't seen yet, but either way, Ali of the St.Lunatics, right, claimed that, you know, he basically helped Nelly write his bars and shit like that, and got no credit. It's sort of it's a very long story, honestly. And he went on his Instagram and he was basically dropping just little odd kind of things, you know, like a picture of like Nelly and somebody else, and it's like a song playing. I have to show it to you. I'll bring it up on the screen in a moment. But Nelly did respond. But basically, Ali is telling the whole story, right? Like, we've heard the story told about the group with the St.Lunatics back in the day. You know, Nelly, they kind of pushed him to be the lead. Let me break it down. How about that? So the St.Lunatics, Ali was the older member who was basically their elder, you know, that they followed based upon different statements from members of the St.Lunatics, some radio people that I heard that grew up with them and stuff like that. Right. So how about this? Let me go ahead and pull up his Instagram so we can all look at it together. That'll work out a lot better. Let's see. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. That's a video. I guess we can get to that too. But either way, I can't play any of these clips because some of them have copyrighted music. But see, maybe I can mute it. Yeah, there we go. So here, that one plays It's Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. This is posted by Ali, you know what I'm saying? But this is the post that basically had everybody going crazy. Let's see, is it still on here?
Maybe it's took down, bro.
It might be. It might be. Either way, I'll read a statement from it, and we'll look at that some more in a moment. But basically, there's this long post that describes from Ali's perspective what happened with the St.Lunatics, right? And Nelly basically abandoning them after, you know, he helped him and all of these things. So it says in 1993, we started the group. He said, I taught them how to rhyme from writing, teaching them what 16 bars, how to count bars. This is what the post says. Fast forward to 1997. I make a record. Give me what you got. The label that we were with didn't want Nelly on the song. I fought for it. He said, nah, y'all are crazy. This kid's dope. And they kept him on the song. After the success of Give Me What You Got, he says, big man. Okay, let me skip it. Fast forward to 1999. Basically, Mace's manager, y'all know, Kuda. He comes in, picks up Nelly, and I think his name is City from what I remember. And, you know, that's the story. There's a little bit more to it after that. But the point is, that's where he says, you know, after fighting for Nelly so hard and keeping him in the group and everything, Nelly takes off, leaves them behind, and also posts these videos where it basically kind of shows him from the way that it's, you know, being pushed, like he was like taking shots at them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's definitely. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
The original hustlers from day one. Know that.
So Ali is saying basically where Nelly is screaming the original hustlers from day one. Ali was saying that was his thing that he would say. You know what I'm saying? And that was Nelly taking a shot back at him after getting the deal. Later, you know, they signed, you know, Nelly signed with Universal, I think it was. And that was him throwing a shot back. Now, the crazy thing about that is Nelly went on the radio and he tells his whole, you know, story. Let me turn this off. And he responded on this radio show with an, you know, of course, a completely different story, right? It's difficult to paraphrase because it's like a 3-4 hour show, but we'll just say this, right? He addressed the reason why his verse was being removed in a completely different way, saying that Ali has signed this contract, right? And signed everybody in the group to that contract. And that's the reason why they were going to remove Nelly's verse, is because he hadn't been there when they did this, right? He goes on to explain, it would be good for you to go and listen to it, but I'm paraphrasing. He goes on to explain that basically, you know, since Ali was the elder and the one who had you know, production deals and stuff like this in the past, and he specifically said he had read, you know, the book, you know, the title of the book was Everything There Is to Know About the Music Industry. You know, I guess that was something that he flaunted, you know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why they followed his lead. And you know, Nelly said that's weird though for everybody to have signed this contract like this without looking over it. It would be dumb not to, you know, be about your business, go over the contract, negotiate, so on and so forth. This is what Nelly's saying. And he said he was pressured, you know, ultimately because he had no leverage anymore in the situation. And it was also kind of fishy, okay, that they had this single, this song, right, under the St.Lunatics, but Ali had the hook, the first verse, and the second verse. So Nelly was like, how is that even a St.Lunatics song? Why don't you take off one of your verses or something like that? Either way, the point is Nelly signed, you know, anyway, and, you know, it's something else. What do you think about this, Big Luck? What do you think about looking back on, you know, 20 years ago?
Look,
plus, and being able to see this story for the facts in the story.
Look, fact is how I feel about that situation is it's 20 years later. Nelly is still doing his thing. Nobody really thought about this dude. And I feel like this dude is trying to get a little shot. You know, you should leave that shit in the past. You guys did albums together. You guys had platinum albums together. You guys supposedly made money together. Okay, so now you want to diss this dude now? You know what I'm saying? What's really the truth behind it? You know, are you lonely? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I think this whole pandemic thing has got people losing their fucking mind, honestly. You know, so I mean, honestly, I really don't give a fuck about their story. Sound pretty fucking boring to me. It sounds like one person is jealous behind another person.
That's
Because if it was any real money involved that this man supposedly owed you, or he felt like he left you behind, how come he didn't sue him? You see what I'm saying? So I think that shit is just dead in the water to me. And he just need to leave that shit alone and live his life and enjoy it while you still have it. Because life is too short to be be bitter and petty over shit like that.
All right.
I think he's about to drop a project, it looked like, because it's in the captions below all of this historical stuff. So,
it's crazy how people bring up old shit and want to drag somebody else's name in the mud after, even if you did help them, so what? That's what you meant to do. That was to get down at the time.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Leave it be, bro. You wanted him to make it big. Either way, if he didn't take you along with the contract that he had, so what?
And then
that's another thing. He talks about that, and they are in that contract. He said he made sure that the St.Lunatics was included for an album deal in his deal before they all recorded Country Grammar, he said.
Okay.
Now, you want to know the story that I heard?
After that album was finished, the Lunatics had a meeting with him in the studio and said they wanted their verses removed if they didn't get adequate payment. So Nelly said he begged the label to pay them,
adequate
the proper compensation, but it was taken from Nelly's budget, right? That he had to pay back to the label. So he talked about the group's successes before, Ali decided to quit, and questioned why Ali once stated that, he knew the ins and outs of the industry, but still made, terrible mistakes, according to Nelly, along that way, where Ali does talk about how he didn't sign certain deals that he was offered where people came to him and just wanted him out of the group and stuff like that. And he didn't go and take the bag. So, I mean,
it's going back and forth.
This is kind of the, cause and effect.
Right.
Exactly. And then, not to be funny, the story that I heard, that Nelly was more marketable than the rest of the guys.
That's why they pushed him to the front.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you can't blame nobody but yourself for that. If you felt like you wasn't getting adequate pay or show time or TV time or whatever, that was on you. You thought about
down to that thing that we talked about earlier, Luck, where it's control. You want to have the control. You can be the star and everything, but I have to have control over you. And everybody ain't meant to be some kind of robot. Some people are embody the Russell Simmons, and other CEOs.
Everything
they embody that beyond. You just want them to be a dancing monkey, but that ain't more than that. They're not just an artist. It's just something that they, Either way, control is the problem. And
he don't have it. He lost it.
Yeah. What does the chat say?
And it hurts. It hurts. Chat, I'm gonna need y'all to ring out. You know what? Before we do that, well, the chat, chat. Yeah, we do want to hear what you got to think about the St.Lunatics story.
They're kind of quiet tonight. That's unusual.
Well, I do have several flags to throw.
I got one myself.
Wonderful.
I got a good one for you.
Oh.
Throw the flag. Threw it. Blew the whistle.
Okay. Offset has been sipping the Kool-Aid with Jim Jones and the Secret Tropical Island. So the news article basically says that if it wasn't for him wearing Jordan and Nike, he made it trending and popular for other people to wear.
Right. What?
I don't know what kind of bus he got ran over by or what kind of yellow bus he was riding when he was little, licking the windshield while it was 0-degree temperature weather. But this motherfucker that lost his motherfucking mind, he need to come out with another album that go pumpernickel or some shit, you know, and stop sipping that shit because niggas been wearing Jordan and Nike way before this motherfucker was even born.
Right.
It's what people do for attention. I saw Lil Uzi with a big pink diamond in the middle of his forehead, and everybody talking about, yeah, he got a $20 million diamond in his head. Look at it. They trying to make it a thing and shit, and it's like, who owns him then? Because
well, I got a question.
I know he don't have enough money to buy that diamond and put it on his forehead.
Well, for one, I thought he was so dark. I thought it was just a pimple.
No, it's a $40 million diamond, as a matter of fact.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's a $40 million diamond.
I thought it was $1 million diamond. I thought it was. Well, the fact is,
yeah,
why
Prince
the fuck
you got money like that?
40 million. He ain't got it like that.
Well, he better not
tag on that.
He better not lose that forehead diamond. Otherwise, he's fucked.
Boy.
Man, look.
I'm
going crazy now.
15 bodyguards around his ass.
First of all, they didn't make any chain right now that's known to man. I done see some retarded shit. All kinds of different types of jewelry that, you know, just outrageous. So I guess they're running out of ideas. So now it's forehead jewelry. Fuck it. Get your forehead iced out. Get it bedazzled. Get your forehead bedazzled.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was wearing a diamond handy. LOL. I thought that was only the win. Well, you know, maybe that's the reason why he does it. That's the reason why he does it. You know, everybody want to be mainstream. What's the word? I don't know. Maybe androgynous.
Mainstream idiot. I mean, come on, bro. Well, I mean, I just don't understand motherfuckers nowadays.
To me, that is personal opinion because believe it or not, everybody doesn't see it that way. That's why I say I don't know why he might have. I don't know. He did it for action. I don't fucking know. People do all kinds of things. You don't understand it because you don't live in their world.
You're right. I don't.
I don't
want to be there.
Nope. Not my industry. Not my industry.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna talk a rapper into getting a glass forehead so I can see what the fuck he thinking.
Then I break that motherfucker.
Should have had a V8. Exactly. Yeah. So since y'all doing some extravagant shit with y'all money, or supposedly y'all got that kind of money, I'm gonna need one of y'all to get a real glass forehead.
Damn.
Hollywood says throw 2 flags on that because that is not it. Okay. That is not it. Yeah, I agree with that. I do want to hit y'all with something different. I know people are going to be pissed because, you know, certain things that I'm supposed to address right now, but on the real, what does justice look like to you? Like we've talked about a lot of killers. One the other day got our video deleted. We talk about murders in hip hop and the community. We talk about racism. We even talk about terrorist acts and violence in our country and abroad. What should be the fate of these criminals is something that we do not usually address at all. So basically, on this Wicked Wednesday, I want to talk about the death penalty a little bit. Right? Yeah. It's a peculiar subject matter, right? To kill is wrong. It's therefore illegal, although killing was used to create and set up the government, which made it illegal to do so, right? It's one of those like paradoxes, like a soldier trying to get out of combat by claiming insanity, but trying to get out of combat would prove that you are sane. You know what I'm saying? It's a catch-22. So before we dive into that conversation anyway, I should say, as we dive into this conversation, what do you guys feel first about the death penalty? Chat, I want y'all to tell me. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What you think? The question crosses all genres of shit, personal experiences, being on both sides. I watched a documentary the other day about an executioner. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but first I just want to see where y'all at. Rosalind say thumbs up. Fry him.
Fry his ass, huh?
Okay, well, I have a question for Rosalind J. What if the person
Hold up.
Okay. All right, let me stop.
You didn't answer my question.
Okay.
You for the death penalty or against it? I just want to know where y'all at first.
Honestly, I'm a weirdo. I feel whatever crime you commit, that same crime should happen to you 10 times fold.
So you for it?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm for it like this. If I'm like this, if you go out there and you rape a child and you harm that child, that should happen. You should be harmed in the same manner. If you go out there and you shoot up a bunch of people. So I guess I am for it.
Yeah.
I guess I am.
You ain't got to convince me.
No, I ain't trying to convince you. I'm just saying,
No, I'm with you.
I understand.
No, I'm with you. I just wanted to hear where you was at, Insha.
Me myself, no, I'm against it because
it's a complicated thing.
It's a complicated thing. I mean, because life is. I guess what I'm trying to say is everything was built pretty much violently. The world was violent from the get-go. So
a lot of violence in history.
Yeah. So it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. But I'm against it.
Okay. So, and I'm definitely interested in hearing both of you guys' scenarios and, things that just, get everybody thinking about it a little bit. Have a conversation. Baby D says she is not for thumbs down, not for it, but life in prison. Even better to hear what you might think should take the place of such a thing if you are against it. Now, I'm also very interested in hearing those things. Hollywood says it depends.
Confused.
You say it depends. That's what, right? You're saying for some shit that people probably get the death penalty for, they probably don't deserve the death penalty, while other things probably should get the death penalty, and they probably don't. It depends. Or tell me I'm wrong.
Well, look, I give you an example of why I think the death penalty is stupid. Certain states, they still have certain old laws from the West in effect. So you can steal somebody's horse in a certain place in the South and still be executed for that. You could be hung for stealing somebody's horse. That law has not changed.
Well, now the thing about that is that depends on more than the death penalty, right? The point is, should there be a death penalty or not? We're not talking about people's specific cases, because that is a whole
different book right there.
Because it can be the most horrifying crime you have ever heard of, and the family might say they do not want that person to die.
Well, I mean, how many life
sentences? Family might say we forgive that person. Let them do life.
So let me ask you a question. If I gave you 3 life sentences, well, along with another 300 years, I mean, I guess if that's how it should be, but
I don't know how it should be.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's why we gonna have it. Yeah. So look, the United States, for one, y'all, is the last country in the developed West, right, to execute criminals, y'all.
Hey, yeah, that's true.
Some say 2 wrongs don't make a right. Very simple idea.
Yep.
50% of Americans are for it. 50% are against it. You ever see a duplicity like that? Cut
That's
so
crazy.
Down the middle, right? Some people say there's far too much doubt, like Luck was talking about. On top of what Luck was talking about, there's far too much doubt in many of the cases to simply kill a person. Something I think like Hollywood with thumbs up, thumbs down. So that's, like I said, now that's different. But the existence of capital punishment in this way, what's the point of having it? An executioner said in a documentary that I watched that capital punishment, if the judge and the jury, if they had to perform it themselves, if they had to kill these people themselves, hit the button or flip the switch or squeeze the 11, 12 syringes themselves, he think they'd have a different story on giving the death penalty to anyone. Is the executioner a murderer?
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. The
executioner is a murderer. Wow. He said after 62 executions, the only killer he could see was himself.
Wow. I guess so.
Wow.
He didn't see them people kill anybody. They were prosecuted for killing, but he never seen the person kill anybody. But he seen himself.
That's a good way to look at it. That's something else.
That's deep right there, though.
A father in that documentary that I watched, whose daughter was murdered, said the Lord's Prayer for him became very complicated. There was, confrontation, he said, right? Forgive us our trespass as we forgive those who, trespass against us. He didn't know how to feel about that anymore. It's like, sometimes these are just words with heart in it until you're confronted with putting those words to the test. The words come to life and put you to the test your conviction. Who thinks, say in his shoes, they would be forgiving? Chat, let me know. Who would be forgiving if they were like in that man's shoes, for instance?
Who would be forgiven?
Yeah. Who would you guys be forgiving of the killer? Would you be able to do you think that's you know? I want to hear your opinion on that.
You would have to be a believer.
Because you don't know until you know.
You don't know.
Experienced it.
That gets biblical, my brother. And when you start to believe in God or that God you believe in, I'm just saying that to be universal here. If it was in my case, I'm a Christian. And I hear those words and it convicts me, then it's my time. Then I know it's my time to go. Then I'm gonna give my last rites and give myself to God right then and there, because God saved hypocrites, thieves, whores, all that. They all get saved, but you gotta accept the Lord in your heart and your soul before you pass on through them pearly gates. So it all depends, bro, on each person's convictions and what they want to do and what they want to believe.
It's like, you know, every soldier, you know, receives the same training, but you know that on that battlefield,
their mind is not the same.
It's gonna yield random results.
True that. I've been on the field. It's survival of the fittest. So you do what you must do, and pray that the Lord forgive you for all the things you've done.
Or do you consider soldiers murderers?
We're all murderers, bro. Some form of fashion. But like I said, as long as you believe in who you believe in and what you believe.
Can you elaborate on that? We're all murderers. I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, I mean we've all killed in some form of fashion. We didn't create life. We didn't create human life. We didn't create animals' lives. We haven't created no type of life on this planet. So somehow, some way, we've killed some kind of life, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Overall.
I get you.
So
I get you.
I mean, we gotta survive. We gotta eat. We kill animals so we can eat. We do a lot of things. Just stepping on the bug is a crime. I mean, it's not a real crime, but you know what I'm saying? It's a murderous thing.
You're right. Because I done ate plenty of, animals are delicious, and I done stepped on plenty of bugs. So, you know.
Baby D say that's right, Inchise. It gets biblically for sure. It's biblical. So that was one of the a big part in the documentary that I watched, about the executioner. The documentary didn't do a good job of telling the story of just the executioner, but I thought the subject matter was very interesting because he considered himself the only killer of 62 people. His first execution was in 1982.
Think about it, bro. That's basically a serial killer. He's actually the biggest. He's the biggest serial killer in the world right now, as far as killing individuals, and basically a serial killer is a person who uses the same method over and over.
Hollywood said that makes sense, Inch. What you were saying. For real. So, The thing about it is there is a difference between killing a human being and anything else.
True that.
They somehow have levels. For some reason. For some fucked up reason. In the name of animals. It's not the size of nothing. Just chosen. Just picked that way. Some of it is biblical. Not all of it. Some of it is biblical, definitely. But the dog, at least not in this country, you're not supposed to eat it. You're not supposed to eat it. Maybe because it got pads on the feet. Probably
I hate to say it, brother. I hate to say this. Excuse the way I'm going to say this.
No, don't say it.
You might get muted, but I'm going to go there.
Don't say it.
Jack in the Box, Burger King, McDonald's,
and
any of those fast food places, 9 times out of 10,
I do not approve this message.
Chicken. Right.
The FOH Podcast does not agree with that message.
You don't have to agree with it. I'm just going to say that 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say allegedly you might have ate something that was not beef or chicken.
I just think it's kind of funny, like a dog, like the size of a dog. It's a lot of other animals the same size, like a toy poodle. You don't eat a toy poodle, but
hey, look, you probably have some Chinese orange cat.
Here you go.
Here we go.
How we talking about that? We talking about executioner,
right? He done flipped the script
all the way over here.
I wasn't trying to talk about death, all kinds of death. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I didn't tell y'all about this one time. Me and my wife, we walked into this. It was late as hell. It was probably like 11:53, and we walk into this. What was it? I think it's a Chinese food restaurant. We had never been into it, you know what I mean? It was, in the area at that, where we were. And, we walk in there. It's like, this is, we were having a difficult time finding what we wanted to eat. We walk into this place, try it out. I swear it seemed like it was the weirdest thing. I think we came upon something and we probably should have reported it.
Oh, wow.
Because all of the food trays have flies all in them.
Oh, shit.
It's a Chinese food place. And all the things have like flies in them. And the food, it was just like scraps left. And it looked like it was 2 days old. And
my God.
Come out the back, right? I swear it didn't look like he worked there. It did not look like
Holy Moly. It was Holy Moly's Chinese food restaurant?
No, it looked like someone came in there and killed the people that worked there and put them in the back. And he just been in there acting like he worked there for like 2-3 days.
Christ.
Ain't cooked shit or nothing. And we looked at him. He looked at us. We looked at him.
Right.
And then we both just started backing out real slow. Like, no, I don't think we really want to eat here.
Yeah, they they got a Z. They got a Z. They got a Z for their grade.
No, I think it was more to that.
Hey,
had to be.
Well, I thought you was gonna say that. I thought you said you saw tails, different types of animal tails hanging out the tray.
Here we go again.
Nah, I don't believe in that. I do believe that culture says everything, and you can't judge because what you do to somebody else shit can be judged in the same fashion. You don't know. You don't know.
Right. True.
You know.
That's very true, brother.
Everything we eat ain't wonderful.
Nah.
No, you're right. You know, you're right.
I seen a documentary. Some island people, it hurt my heart too, because I like turtles. You know, I got turtles in my pond in the front yard and shit. Had turtles all my life. Owned probably at one point in time the most amount of turtles I've owned at once was 13 turtles.
The hell a nigga go do with 13 turtles?
Man, I had a whole zoo growing up, man. I had turtles and spiders and birds, dogs and cats and lizards and iguanas, anoles, and all of different kind of fish,
Stories came to your house and said, you go, we can arrest you.
Nah, they would have been in that motherfucker asking, can they bring their kids?
You can't have no zoo in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. See, my shit ain't had the shit that these crazy ass people be having.
Oh man,
they have a lynx shit like that. But either way,
well, you know,
in the Amazon rainforest, you know, they eat different things that you probably wouldn't eat, and you would look at them and say, "Hell no!" I seen Jack Hanna in one of the this other show. He was in the Amazon rainforest. The motherfucker handed him a big maggot.
Damn.
Big as hell. Just
really.
And he ate his. You talking about me, right? He handed Jack Hanna. He's like, he spit very uncultured. Jack.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Either way, I saw they pulled a big ass sea turtle out of the water. I was mad as hell. I said, damn, he couldn't get away. They're gonna roast his big ass. Other way.
Why you gotta say big head ass? Like, I feel some type of way. I feel like if I go to some land where there's cannibals, I'm gonna be fucked.
Just don't go dressed as a Ninja Turtle.
Hey, go to the chat. Go to the chat, Pete.
I see how these movies turn out. That's why I'm not going nowhere overseas with your ass.
Baby D said they eat turtle in Tennessee. That's a delicacy. See? There you go. See? Yeah, I know. It's cultures. It's cultures that eat a lot of shit that I call a pet. Tarantulas. I love tarantulas. I got a lot of tarantulas from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, in a lot of places in the world, including here in America and some places, they will eat a tarantula. I don't even pick mine up. I ain't that kind of pet.
Right.
Nah.
He said, I don't even pick mine up.
See, you know, that's why I said I'd be nervous at some shit.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, see, I'm cool.
I don't like getting stung by shit.
Oh, nah. See.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wicked Wednesday, y'all. Only on a Wicked Wednesday can a whole conversation go from an executioner to fucking eating turtles.
I know, right? Yeah, see.
Oh, my goodness.
Rosalind said, Luck need to stay away from the cannibals.
Well, you know that in certain places over in Asia, dogs are delicious too, Rosalind J.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
What's that movie called? The Green
Inferno.
Inferno.
Yeah, fuck that movie. I'm good.
They got high off of eating somebody that was high.
Yeah, and they got the fucking munchies. The cannibals got the munchies. But see, the part about it is, why I don't approve of the movie. Why I don't approve of that movie. Why they got to eat the big black fat guy first? Why the black guy who's overweight got to be eaten first? That's some bullshit. They made them all comfortable. They made them all. Oh, thank you for the water. Thank you. Thank you. And then they ate his big ass.
They,
they made a 12-course meal at the big nigga. See, that's why I said, fuck that. I ain't going to no dinners in the Army with you. I'm not going overseas with you. When you go on tour, nigga, I'm finna hit you with the satellite phone. What you doing? I am not going. I'm cool.
You would love the food in the places overseas.
No, I would not, because I might be the food. I might be the food.
You like it, bro.
If you were an octopus, you might be the food.
Believe me, I'm like cool. It. Especially over there in Japan.
That was about the strangest thing I've seen on the table before.
What was that?
Was some octopus.
Yeah, see, no, I can
also, beyond the fruit, which was also very unusual, but delicious, made me feel like they scandalous. They gave us bananas, apples, and oranges, and all of these fruit here in Vietnam is just tastes like if you made a jelly out of this shit, you would just die from eating that jelly. You would not be able to stop. By the way,
see,
there was a giant fish. We went and sat at this restaurant right on the lake.
Bro, I couldn't do that one.
Check this out. Everything that they ordered, and we all ordered. The man walked from the tables, right? We sitting over the water and everything. It's chill. It's bomb. I look around the other side and I could kind of see the waiter on the other side of the building. And he threw a big net into the water. I said, oh shit, he fishing while he working and we eating. That's crazy. He enjoy his life with his business right here on the water. That's beautiful. Then he pulled all that shit out the water and cooked it and brought it right to the table. Because some of it still looked exactly like it just came out of the water because it was steamed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fresh as it gets. It looked crazy, but it was delicious.
Yeah, see,
what's the MSG? What you talking about? Big Luck, go ahead.
Yeah, see, you just brought back all kinds of horror dreams that I had of going overseas. I'm not going. I can just see me right now surrounded with roasted potatoes and vegetables with a little chef hat on my feet. I will not be nobody's Thanksgiving. So yeah, y'all keep that shit. I'm cool.
Nah, mostly a nice. If you know, they like a lot of seafood.
A lot of seafood.
Yeah, they gonna see me, nigga, and seafood. Yeah, I'm cool.
Orchids.
All thing that I ask. All thing I ask, they leave the sunglasses on. They leave my sunglasses on so y'all recognize me while y'all get down on me. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
Hey, look, you not gonna try to blow fish, man?
No, I'm straight.
Oh no.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do none of that, bro.
On that note, I will be throwing a flat. On the play. This is something that nobody's talking about. Spotify just reached $50 billion in market evaluation. Yes, $50 billion, y'all. Spotify.
Need some of that shit.
You know, Drake just did 500 million streams already in 2021.
What?
We talked about this in the past, y'all. Oh my God.
Go bring it back, huh?
Yeah. I hate to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about. The Drake thing, though. It also begs the idea. Damn, the equivalent, that RIAA equivalent thing, I don't know if y'all familiar with it, but it basically says, since no one is going to the store to buy these physical albums that drop, and they're probably not producing or distributing them at a level for that anyway. But either way, it's the equivalent, digital equivalent of an album sale is like 1,500 streams or something like that on different numbers for different platforms. Okay. But ultimately, they use these numbers to basically, say that this artist sold this many records, because if nobody's buying, not enough people are buying the record, it comes out, it's free. You don't even have to be a subscriber. Right. And you can listen to the whole album, just not in the order you want to hear it or some shit like that, whatever the penalty is for the platform that you're using. But ultimately, they count that as record sales equivalents. And it's weird. Drake basically just sold like damn near what Michael Jackson physically actually sold, like damn near in his whole career, just in the first month of fucking 2021. Like, that don't make no sense. They need to change that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Make some adjustments. I think they should pay the artist in that way. But Billboard wise, they need to adjust. They need to make some adjustments. Drake just went what? 50 times diamond?
Something like that, yeah. Triple platinum.
In 1 month. 50 diamond or some shit like that, It's odd, but either way, Spotify makes billions off of independent artists and whatever, automation they call algorithm, right? Because to me, that's what all that shit really is. It's like, it's automated spins. Back in the days, that shit was, it didn't count. You had to hit a button. They would say, oh, if you put autoplay, because you could, in your coding, when you fucking, encode the shit in different places back in the days, that's how artists used to do. They take the music player embed code and just make a little adjustment so it auto plays. They wouldn't count a play because somebody could just come to your page and it automatically plays. They don't count it. They say the person have to hit the play button themselves. The platforms have taken that whole thing out of the picture. It's all auto play, it should only really matter if a person took the song and added it to their custom playlist. Each song. Right. It shouldn't just be a playlist curated by some label or somebody owned by some label and all that shit. And or you go to Spotify and it says, hey, you're going to work out? Here's a workout playlist. And everybody, it's such an easy way to just kind of cheat. Like I said, the artist should get paid because you hear their song. So they should get paid in that way. But the way that we judge album sales, that shit doesn't work for it. It's all auto plays. You didn't hit the play button on that song. You didn't go and choose that song or search that song out. You know what I'm saying? It kind of paints an odd picture because I will say Drake, say his album, when it comes out, he just sold down there more than Michael Jackson without even having a new album. How does that work? Either way. Say Drake new album come out, and not specifically him, but we just using him as an example. Say his album come out, it automatically is attacking you. Like, here's a song. On all of these platforms, except for like Pandora, they don't really do that shit. But a lot of other platforms, they do. They pitch it to you. And so you hear it regardless. And then you might not have any skips and shit like that. So, how can you really say somebody is trending like that if you're not counting searches and people hitting your play button? It's an automated kind of special club that everybody is in, you know, because of the labels and their relationship with the platform. To me, in my opinion. What y'all think? Don't matter.
It's all bullshit. That's all I got to say. It's all bullshit.
Pharrell had talked about how in the past, you know, they don't pay nowhere near enough. I think if you paying somebody 3 digits behind the decimal, anything, it doesn't even matter. It should be a lot more.
Exactly.
Just my opinion.
Definitely.
But I'm not going to get too deep on that one, y'all. I do have a lot more information on Spotify and its relationship to the way that we drive the culture and cause things to be worth, you know, tens of billions of dollars, like the Clubhouse thing we were talking about. Same thing goes for Spotify. You know, the youngest audience, the largest audience is hip hop. You know, it's something to consider. We talked before about how one might say, well, how can we give back then? Well, how about just paying the artist more because you have so much excess? You know, how about putting a fucking actual number in one of those 30 decimal spots behind the fucking, you know, the where there should be just $1. Something. That's how you give back. That's how you give back.
No doubt.
Anything else y'all want to comment on before we get out of here?
Nah, brother, I think you hit the nail right on the head with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're good.
Everybody good, everybody good. Okay, we want to thank everybody that was in the chat tonight. We definitely want to thank all of our viewers and all of our listeners as well that come the following 2 days. Now I'm a little late and I'm a little behind, but we're gonna get to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all good. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there.
No doubt.
No doubt, amen.
And on that note, you know, love you.
Peace.
Fuck yeah!